What's up? I'm Mike, N2MAK. I'm out at the POTA Park, US 6532, the Erie Canalway National Heritage Corridor in Western New York, and I got the Radioddity HF-010 on a mag mount on 80 meters for FT8. What could go wrong? Stay tuned. All right, we are on 80 meter FT8 frequency. Let's go check and see what the SWR is. I have not done anything. There's no tuner on or anything. Okay, that is definitely workable. Let's just push the tuna button. Uh-oh, that's not good. It does not like it. All right, it is not going to tune it up unless we put it in emergency mode, but we want to run the 100 watts, so we're going to work with what we got here. Here's the setup. So what I've got is, this is the heavy duty mag mount from Radioddity. I added a choke to it, and then this is the adapter that is sold separately from the kit. But if you use mag mounts a lot and you plan to use this antenna portable, it's probably worth the investment, in my opinion. I picked up the adapter. I paid for that on my own. The mag mount was sent to me for review from Radioddity before, and obviously the antenna. Now, this is the 80 meter loading coil that I have at the bottom. And then it's going to go up to the other coil section, which is bypassing the coil right now. And then you have the two sections, extender sections, and then the whip, which is like 9 feet or so, going all the way up. And there's the moon. Hello, moon. And what I got here, because we have reptiles, we have a leopard gecko and a ball python. This is an infrared thermometer, and so don't think the screen's going to show up very well. But yeah, maybe you saw it there for a split second. I was saying it's in the upper 20s out there right now. So let's take a couple readings real quick. And so on the mag mount, it's saying it's 31 degrees. Now the mag mount was in the car before being outside. And then let's see if we get a good reading on the coil. And that's saying it's like 31, 32 or so. All right, there's our baseline. Let's get to work. It is doing the thing. It's getting out there. I've got 3 people coming back to me, but let's see, just try to get you to focus in more on the screen. It does not look like it's putting out full power at all. It looks like it's putting out like 20 watts or so. But I got the first one in the log. I know that ICOM tends to be very finicky with the SWR protection. We'll keep going. Do have it on 100% power, but the meter over here is definitely not showing all 100 whiskeys going out. All right, checking in real quick. We've been running for 20 minutes so far. Still seeing the same SWR, just under 2 to 1. And then let's see if we can get that focused. There we go. That's a little bit better. It's still looking like it's not getting full power out. I don't know why. I had switched to emergency mode to test that out real quick, and it was like the same thing. I don't know if it's just really unhappy with the antenna impedance for some reason, if it's really, really low. I don't know. Definitely, if you got thoughts or comments, let me know down below. But I think I got like 7 or so in the log. It's not activated yet, but it's been running pretty hard. I'll get out and maybe take a temperature reading in a little bit. And if you're thinking it might be the power slider, that's not it. I got it adjusted where I'm getting like no ALC. Oh, what just happened there? Oh, that's the runaway TX watchdog. Yeah, I was calling out and no one's coming back. But I was going to say, I had it all set so that I'm getting like no ALC. If I bump the meter up just a little bit, then I start to see ALC. So it's not the power meter, but let me start calling again. 80 meter FT8 is so much fun. This is not a good sign. I am calling and calling and calling. I'm in a decent spot. I moved around a little bit. It says I'm still putting out some power and stuff, but I'm not getting anyone calling back to me in like 10 minutes or so. It's been a half hour. Let's get out and take a quick temperature check. Yeah, 31, 32, kind of just what it is. I'm not seeing any heating. This is after a half hour. I'm running out of time because this park is going to close in less than a half hour. And I still got to take down, and I need at least 3 more contacts to get my 10. So I'll call just for a little bit, and we'll see what happens. I'd like to get it activated because this is my 5-year POTA anniversary, 5 years from my first activation, and I don't want to take a loss tonight. All right, are we going to finally make it happen? This will be number 10, W3 DIY, if I can get it done. Let's see. Boom! Finally. Took about, I say like 50 minutes. It's not ideal, but that's 10, and it gives me just enough time to take things down and get out of Dodge before the park closes in the next 20 minutes. Just a quick little shot of PSK reporter, kind of what I've been doing on 80 meters where it's getting out. So it is getting out. I mean, that much we know. I got 10 contacts and getting picked up. All right. When I did my first POTA 5 years ago, I got 10 contacts in the log. I got by the skin of my teeth. I did the same thing again 5 years later today. This did not go as planned, and I've got a lot of questions, so I'm probably going to come back to this in a minute, or not a minute. I'll come back to it tomorrow. And I'm not going to edit that out because I need to get out of Dodge before the park closes in a few minutes. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I'm not getting full power out. If that's something, if it's a problem with the radio, or if the radio is just making up for a lousy antenna. You know, maybe I need a better tuner or a better setup with a better SWR or something to get more power out. I don't know. You know, this is why we RF around and find out. What's up? Quick update. A couple days later, the POTA was on a Friday night, and here we are Sunday afternoon. Been doing some more testing. Let me show you what I got going on. All right, so we got the HF-10 back up on the mag mount, all the way up there. And you see how I got the coils doubled up there. And then I got a power supply, power meter, nano VNA and everything back here. I'm getting some slightly different results. The SWR, the dip isn't quite where it was before. It could be just about anything. It still looks like a similar curve, but you know, we say everything affects everything. But just to show, you know, we're getting full power out, going into the dummy load, getting almost 94 watts out. So it's not an issue with the 7300 like I was worried about, or the battery that I was using. It doesn't like the SWR for whatever reason. I hooked the antenna up and was doing some tests. Right now the 7300 is hooked up to the dummy load, and the antenna is hooked up to the nano VNA. But same thing, I was not able to tune it. It was still showing an SWR on the ICOM below 3 to 1 or so, but it was folding back power, and it was only allowing 20 watts or so to go out. It wouldn't tune it with the regular tuner or the emergency tuner. So it whatever reason, it definitely doesn't like it. All right, that'll do it for real. I don't know what to say other than I do not recommend this deployment, this setup for 80 meters. I don't know that this is a good option for 80 meters on a mag mount. I don't think that there's really any good options for 80 meters on a mag mount. I've done woofer recoils and a ham stick. You're definitely limited with the bandwidth and everything. But but it's definitely a major compromise putting it on a mag mount without radials on a low band, like 80 meters and stuff. I know I did a short and I got some decent SWR readings. I'll go back to that short and I'll pin a comment up at the top just to let people know that I don't recommend this, and I'll make sure I link to this video. But a good SWR is not always indicative of a good performing antenna, and this is a perfect example. But hopefully you found this useful. I know that the testing I've done has been really useful for me. I will be doing more with this antenna, including getting it in the ground now that the temperatures are above freezing, at least today, and it was even snowing the other day. It was just some lake effect flurries, nothing much that stuck, obviously. But yeah. Looking forward to playing with it some more. If you've had similar experiences or there's things you would like to see me try with the antenna, please let me know in the comments down below. And if you made it this far, please click like, subscribe to the channel. There's definitely going to be more to come with this antenna and many more. Thanks for watching. I'm Mike, N2MAK 73.